Ready, so 3, 2, 1, go. The reason yes, that's it. That is exactly it. I play on kids because I'm terrible. No, I have an adults run that clocks in at around 45 minutes, and an Ultra V-rated run that clocks in at about an hour. The runs are a bit slower, but they are what they are. But anyway, I digress. So, for those who haven't played Viewtiful Joe before, how this game works is, I'll just go by intro screens here. So for instance, you can dodge high and you can dodge low. When you dodge an enemy, they go dizzy, and you can do massive damage against them, like so. Pretty straightforward stuff. And one thing you may notice, my movement looks a little awkward. What I'm doing right now is crouching and hitting punch and kick alternatively. Because, interestingly enough, that is faster than standard walking speed in this game. Uppercutting and kicking. I have no idea why, but it just is. Saves about, I don't know, 15 seconds versus normal walking speed. So here we're going to take out Mr. Blue, Captain Blue. And he will give me my powers to turn into Viewtiful Joe. Like so. So now I have Slow, the first of 3 powers for this game. How Slow works is, you get a damage boost, a pretty substantial damage boost. You get access to a slow dodge, which means you can dodge bullets, enemy attacks, and the like. And it also allows me to do a attack called Rock On mode. So once you dodge an enemy and you hit slow, you can punch him and launch him across the screen. And what you just saw there was Joker. You'll be seeing him quite a few times. And these slots, which are, I would say, probably the most luck-based deals in the game. So this game is a lot more on execution than it is on luck, which is why I favor it. But, you know, it is what it is. Take out my buddy Bianca Billy here. Whoop. 1. Ooh. No big deal. Get these books. Okay. And back to uppercutting and sweeping, because speed. Do. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a hit intentionally. We're going to hit the switch. I'm going to fall into this pit of vines, and it'll knock me to the left, like so. And we're going to go back to the chandelier, and hoping that these green guys, called Verdes, which I would call them run ruiners more than anything, won't attack me. Use these chandeliers here to take these guys out quickly. Boosh! Oh my gosh, the explosions. Action! Alright. Cool. Alright, so now we gotta fight Black Thunder here. One of the first mini-bosses, besides Joker. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back off. He's gonna sweep once over, sweep once back, and we're gonna hit him with a single bullet and knock him out of the sky. Like so. There you go. So Black Thunder. So that's 1-1. 1-1 is a little slow here. Once I get my hands on Mach speed and sliding, which you're going to see now, it's going to get a little bit more interesting. So, you'll see as I go. So, puzzle solving. Would enlarge this drop with slow, because physics. Puzzles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whip. 1, 2, whip. And puzzles. So, one of the things I should mention is that boomerangs in this game are hilariously overpowered. Like so. And now I get my hands on Mach speed. Now the game gets interesting. Okay.
And the frame rate. hope my connection can keep
That's
up.
It's alright, it's alright. I believe, I have faith.
Just know that if there's a blur on the screen, it's because he's going fast, not because you're going slow.
Okay, so the first boss in this game is Charles III, and the fight's actually going to start as soon as I punch his coffin here. Now, what's to really say about Charles III? So he's a giant bat and he flies around the screen. He has a few attacks I gotta keep an eye on, and he could be a little tricky if you don't know what to do and he's dead. So, yeah. You know, Charles III, everybody. Kind of a wacky boss there. So, anywho, moving on. Chapter 2. Anywho.
Anywho there because you've lost the chat. This is good. Keep going.
Oh. And of course, Captain Blue, final fight for my final power. Now, this is when things get real, because now I have all my powers, which gives me 4 new moves, access to Red Hot 100, the punching you saw first, the circle kick, the zoom jump, and the zoom stomp. You'll be seeing quite a bit in that. A little short on that jump, no biggie. It's a tricky jump, very awkward jump. Okay, what you just saw there was, fun fact, when you zoom in and mock kick, you're actually invincible to basic projectiles like bullets, lasers, and some forms of fire. It's kind of silly, so I don't do that just to look sexy, which, don't get me wrong, I do feel that way when I go up that platform. But it's also for invincibility, and you'll see that one more time offhand that I could think of. So, I hate these slots. What a pain. There we go. Alrighty, time for some good old-fashioned beat 'em up.
This is what they paid for.
Pardon me. Ooh, you rascal, you. Oh, you Rosetta, you silly pink woman. Alright, so upcoming is the boss. This boss is a run killer, and it may seem a little weird, but my whole inventory for the entire run is within this boss, so I really needed to make it. And it did. Beautiful. Fantastic. Or should I say, it was good. It was good. So. Okay. Fantastic. Now what you're seeing there is a trick called Fast Fuse, and how Fast Fuse works is you pull out a bomb, and you mock speed in the middle of pulling out the bomb, and it actually explodes in your feet. Normally Joe kicks out a couple feet in front of him. So it gives me an offensive control over it instead, so I'm able to take down the choppers a lot faster. Now this is when things get a little fun. Pardon me. Slow here, bring this platform down, like so. We're gonna do a trick called the bathtub skip. When you slow in this game, the entire environment actually does a slight zoom in for you. and it gives Joe the extra height to get over the bathtub. It saves about 15 seconds or so. You can skip an entire scene by doing that. Pardon me, sir. We're gonna use that fast fuse trick a few times here. Like so. Pardon me, excuse me. So, I should explain now, actually I have the chance because this part's kind of silly. The reason that I'm playing on kids mode, all this movement that you're seeing so far is not possible on adults V-rated and ultra V-rated. And the reason is because my VFX bar, my power bar, goes down at a substantially lower rate on kids mode compared to adults V-rated or ultra. So I can't pull any of these tricks off, which makes it a little interesting where easy mode is actually, I would call it a very valid run, even when you compare it to the higher difficulties, because it's a whole different ballgame in regards to execution. Sorry if I didn't word that correctly. It's you lose at a higher rate. Like for instance, if you use Mach speed on adults, for instance, you lose all your power in about 2 seconds for the original bar. For kids mode, you lose it in around 4 seconds, to put some perspective on it. So, but anywho, so Hulk Davidson. Now, when I said boomerangs are powerful, I said that in the beginning, and here's why. So Hulk has a few attacks you have to concern yourself with. He has a giant axe, of course, that he can swing at you. He can charge you. He can summon missiles, but we're not going to see any of that. So, yeah. Moving on.
Ready, Six Machine? Let's ride.
Oh, man. I love this game. So, boomerangs in this game, if you haven't noticed by now, they do a little bit of damage, yes. The key thing that makes them so powerful is the hit stun. You can hit stun bosses in this game. You can actually force them to just stay down, and you can hit them over and over and over again. And you can get that power up in the store for 2,000 Viewtifuls, which is nothing. Like, I have 29,000, for instance, right now. So you have that kind of power at your disposal, and you'll be seeing quite a bit of that as we move along here. Section a bit of an auto-scroller, kind of boring, but it is what it is. By the way, if there are any questions, I'm sorry I'm having a little difficulty reading the chat. I apologize. This game's a little... it requires a little focus. I do apologize.
So you mentioned that the VFX meter depletes slower on the lower difficulty. Does it recharge faster?
It does not. That's the thing. So it's only your usage. That's it. So the VFX turbocharger, which I'm going to buy as soon as this chapter's over, that's the key difference to, or key feature rather, on getting your VFX to charge faster. So, okay. Yeah. Ouch, that hurt. Okay, we're gonna have 4 guys here. We're gonna have a Verdi and 3 Cromarties, or 3 Black Ninja dudes, whatever you want to call them. Hello, 2, 3, 4, and... Beautiful. Okay, for this boss, what we're gonna do is, this Harrier, we're gonna zoom in while my bombs actually attack the Harrier, just so I get more damage out of it. Like so. Very nice. Piece of cake. Okay, So, now we're going to get the VFX charger, and this will double the rate at which I get VFX back, which I'm going to need for quite a few tricks coming up. Especially for this chapter. This chapter will help out a bit as well. One thing I will mention, this chapter has a lot of mini cutscenes in it. And you may notice that when a cutscene actually pops up, maybe you do, maybe you don't, I get all my VFX back. So what I do is I intentionally use up as much VFX as I can before a cutscene comes up, and that way I get a full refill. All part of the plan. No thank you. Like so. So here's a cutscene. Get a full refill. Another cutscene. And then I get another full refill. Like so. The reason I'm not using Mach speed here is because I don't want that platform to rise. Platforms, you know, as you've seen a bit already, platforms actually raise when you use Mach speed, which that's no good for this section when I need it to land. There we go. And now we're going to take out these electrical guards, like so. Excellent. Hate this room, by the way. This room is kind of luck-based, but got through it without getting hit too much. We're going to take out my good buddy Joker, my BFF. There we go. Good day, sir. Time for the best slots in the game. Actually, not bad. Alright. Now we're going to make our way back. Okay, so, Grand Bruce. Grand Bruce is the third boss here. He's kind of silly. He is also a toughie, that's for sure. And by toughie, I mean I'm going to trap him into an infinite loop. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good day, sir. Grand Bruce. There's a actually interesting explanation behind Grand Bruce. You can trap him in an infinite if you hit him 5 to 7 times before he turns around to hit you with his rotor. You can trap him in an infinite loop, and it's actually kind of silly, but I digress. Chapter 4. We're going to skip this entire chapter because playing through chapters is lame.
Sounds good to me.
So normally you actually have to invert this sub, disable this torpedo launcher, revert it, and then go after the boss for the level. We're just going to skip that. And we're done. So we just skipped all that stuff that I just mentioned. And if you're not sure what I did there, I actually used the invincibility frames. I took a hit intentionally and got over all the gears effortlessly. Now for one of the more annoying bosses in this run. Beautiful. Good fight. Good fight. Now we got to escape. Ooh, 582. That's a personal best right there. That's a personal best. Yes. Yes. I saw, by the way, 28 minutes. That 28:09, I want to clear something up. That's in-game time. So in-game time is different than real time here. So my real-time personal best is a 33:45. And that's with exceptionally good luck. So, just to clear that up. That's why I had the estimate, or asked for it to be set at 40 minutes, because, you know, God forbid something happens.
We're not too picky about the estimates here, so.
That's...
I think I would bump it up, but I don't know. It's not a huge deal either way.
Yeah, I just want to clear up because I saw somebody bring up the best time being 28. Just to clear up, I go by in-game time here, not actual RTA. Because, I don't know, because I'm a rebel. I do what I want, I don't know.
That's good. Hey, when you're not following the rules, that's...
Okay, beautiful. We take this Harrier out with 2 fast fuses. No problem. Grab this key, and we're good. Okay, so for this upcoming section here, oop, a little off there. This upcoming section, we're going to do a trick where I get my fire aura from Mach speed, if you haven't noticed. After I kick an object enough, I actually light myself on fire. And that's what I'm going to do right now. And we're going to rush right through. Backup strategies here. Not a big deal. Cool. I'll take it. And we're going to skip this fight because Joker's lame. Bye-bye. And I'm going to hope that I get a good spawn in this alleyway. And pretty good so far. Woo! Alright. Excellent.
The swag pose right there.
Take down the Harrier once again. Ooh. That's a bummer. And good day. Okay. Let's see if I can pull this off. Oh, the recovery! Oh! Good stuff, good stuff. Hop on the train here, and we are good. Cool. Now, we're going to go to my favorite level in the game. I actually do like this level, that's not sarcasm, no kappas. Ooh. Thank you kindly. Pardon me, gentlemen. Oh, chat. Oh, you. Oh, you. You so silly. No, thank you. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Alright, so we have Alistair next. Alistair is, if you would guess it, a reference to Dante. Also Stinger, by the way, incoming. Peace out, Alistair. There you go. Moving right along. So, Chapter 5, all good.
Let's get it on.
Chapter 6, The Magnificent Five. This is a good old-fashioned Capcom boss rush. So first, we have Charles III. If you remember him, he was a toughie. Instead of 2 boomerangs, he now takes 3. He's a toughie. Remember Hulk Davidson? I do. Remember when I trapped him into a loop with boomerangs? I do. It was a good time. You guys remember that? Man. I'm sorry, I like to reminisce. My apologies, Hulk. Okay. Brucey. The recovery. The recovery. Okay, another Joe. One, two, three, 4, 5, and then he spins because predictable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spins again because predictable. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you guess it? 5. Oh my god, so predictable. Such predictable. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good day, sir. Another Joe.
Used a lesson in mix-ups.
Alrighty. So, Fire Leo. This guy is silly. I love this fight. We're gonna go for the 1 cycle here. We're gonna take him out before he can hopefully jump back into the lava, ideally. Ooh. No thank you, Leo, please. The 1 cycle. And there you go. So, the key to do that is to hope that Fire Leo gives you a good pattern. You need him to attack high most of the time. I need enough time with the small VFX bar that I have to really dive through it, but he gave me some decent luck, so that was good. And this will be my last trip to the shop.
Get it on!
Chapter 7, let's rock and roll. So we gotta take down 3 buttons here. Ooh. By not doing that. Oh no, the chokes. The chokes are strong in this one. There we go. It's alright. No biggie. No! No platforms! No! Oh my goodness. The chokes. Stall tactics! Ah! There we go. So that normally doesn't happen. I normally don't mess that up, but apparently I did today. It's okay. I have seen that before, so don't strike your counters just yet. Pardon me, sir. I have seen that happen. It just normally doesn't happen. There we go. Alrighty. So, for these tanks... Ooh, not very good tank luck here. Yes, come to me. Boosh! What? Yes! Okay, just gonna wait it out. One thing to note is that hitting a tank, hitting a solid, solid. Hitting any sort of machinery in this game with an enemy is actually stronger than hitting them with a straight bullet. So you're gonna see me there use the Cromarties, for instance, to damage the tank rather than use the tank's bullets. Invincibility, like I said, there you go. Boosh, boosh, boosh. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Decent 7-1, with exception to the silliness in the beginning. Alrighty, so what we're going to do here is we're going to move this platform up just ahead a bit. And we're going to go for some infinite juice right about here. That red juice. And now things get interesting. Oh, Rosetta, please. Cool. And we're off. Take out Joker one last time. Deal with these slots here. Boop. Notice I'll be using Mach Speed instead of Slow to deal with them. Weep. There we go. So these ships, these are interesting. Normally you actually have to just punch those missiles you see coming out, and they attack the ships in the background. What you can do here, if you stand in this very specific spot, and you Mach Speed your bombs against it, your images will actually go to the back. So when you Mach Speed, I probably didn't explain this, my apologies. When you use Mach Speed, you actually have these images that fly out from Joe, and I have Mach Speed level 3, so I have the max images coming out to attack. And what you can see here is that they're destroying the ships in the background, rather than me having to, you know, hit the missiles. Pretty good ships, actually. Not bad. Whew. Cool. Metal Leos, always a fun time. Ooh. Whip. Boosh. What? Notice that I'm actually letting my VFX charge up, and the reason is that platform accelerates. So if you hold Mach Speed down consistently, it's a higher acceleration. It does have a max speed associated with it, but it's better than actually tapping Mach Speed over and over again. You want to let your bar recharge and then go for it. Rosetta, please. Thank you kindly. Good. Good. 1, 2. And we're going to summon the guys by touching that and here. Go rock on mode, like so. Run into my fist, thank you. Whoosh. Cromartie, please. There we go. Okay. Oop. There we go. So these Gelby, this requires some very specific positioning, but if I fast fuse correctly, I can take both out with one fast fuse, like so. Excellent. And we'll do the same thing right here. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excellent. Okay, there's the tower. So, we have two bosses left. We have King Blue, and we have Captain Blue. So, you've seen the boomerangs against bosses so far. Now, what weapon do you guys think I'm going to use against this boss? I would personally throw out boomerangs. That's just me, based on what I've seen, and you would be correct. I'm going to stun lock King Blue, rather, excuse me, like so. And he's going to sit there laughing with his hands on his hips. And he can't do a thing. You want a piece of me? I do want a piece of you. I would like to finish the run. That'd be fantastic. GG. What do you got? Got nothing. So King Blue, done. And Captain Blue, last fight in the game. time incoming, by the way. Let's see if we can finish with a little bit of style, because Viewtiful Joe. Let's see if I get it. Wait for it. What? Time.
That was beautiful, to say the least. 501 is what I had for the time.
Alright, pretty good. Let's see what the in-game time is here. 29:13. That's not bad.